Hi, everybody. I'm Shawn Adams.
I'm Tony Gaglione.
Thanks for staying tuned for Segment 3. In Segment 3, we're going to talk about our headlines in Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA, and some soccer. First thing I want to start out with, I find this entertaining. Bo Jackson. Bo knows. He knows two sports. Russell Wilson should stick to football.
I like it.
You know what I don't like?
I haven't seen Russell Wilson play baseball.
You know what I don't like? I don't like when old dudes tell young dudes what to do.
Bo Jackson was a Hall of Famer.
I understand this. What I'm saying is
should have been both sports.
Both games have changed since he played.
I don't care.
I don't think it's just like Jim Brown talking about Cleveland Browns running back, okay? I don't think that old players should tell young players what to do. If Russell Wilson, if you want to play baseball for the Texas Rangers, go with that, my boy. You already won me a Super Bowl. You proved me right. I don't care what you do. You're an athlete. And as an athlete, if you want to play water polo for a living.
Well, you know one thing. If he gets a sprained toe like every other baseball player, won't be in the DL for 3 weeks.
No, that's right.
He's a tough guy. Justin Verlander is going to start his 7th opening start in a row. 7 years in a row for the Detroit Tigers.
Still money.
Dude, this guy is going to be money until he retires.
Yeah, Justin Verlander is the Roger Clemens.
Without steroids.
Well, this Roger Clemens of the new generation. You and I, we grew up with the Nolan Ryans, Clemens, and things like that.
Sure.
Justin Verlander is going to be the pitcher that people that are, 18 to 22 are talking about when they're older, when they're adults.
The Phillies also, we didn't have this down. They tabbed Cliff Lee as their starter.
Yeah.
Cliff Lee, it's just up and down all the time.
Hey, if he has a money year, he's a quality pitcher. That rotation, it's one of those things. If they're money, they're going to be hard to beat. But you never know. You got Jimmy Rollins sitting on the bench. Ryan Sandberg, their new manager's got Jimmy Rollins sitting on the bench.
I like Ryan Sandberg. He's been the manager of the Cubs about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
The Heat have lost 3 out of 5 games. They won tonight, barely beating Cleveland 196. So I guess 3 out of the last 6. What's the problem?
LeBron wants to go to another team. He wants to go to Phil Jackson and the New York Knicks with Carmelo Anthony.
No. Speaking of, the master signs with the Knicks.
Yeah, Zen Master. He's not the coach.
He's not the coach.
He's the president of basketball operations.
Carmelo Anthony came out and said that he would change his entire style of playing basketball if Phil Jackson said that would win him games.
And he will.
And right, because Carmelo Anthony
is going to come in a little Buddha statue and some incense. He's be like, find your sentence.
Brandon Saad got hurt for the Chicago Blackhawks against the Red Wings. Huge loss for a couple weeks.
Bruins. Boston Bruins on a 9-game winning streak.
Yep. 9
Still,
in a row.
Got to say this, man. St. Louis. Trade for Ryan Miller.
Yeah.
They're unstoppable now.
They are unstoppable until they play the Blackhawks in the playoffs, buddy.
Whatever. I'm just saying, they look really good.
They look really good.
Hopefully, Miller takes in the playoffs because that'll prove me right about their thing. But right now, that I look like.
No, yeah, they have 101 points as of right now. They are dominating everybody. Tomorrow night, there's to watch for is the Chicago Blackhawks in Chicago against St. Louis. Ryan Miller versus Corey Crawford.
Yeah,
looks a pretty good matchup.
Moving on to some soccer. Chelsea won earlier today on Galatasaray 2-0. They advanced. They could be, as of tomorrow, the only English team in the quarterfinals. So, we won't go 2 years in a row without seeing an English team, Premier League team, in the Champions League quarterfinals. Chelsea
what do we got tomorrow?
Man-U Olympiacos.
That's my boys.
Yeah, except they're down 2-0 on They play at home. It's Old Trafford, Olympiacos.
I think we're going extra time.
You think so? Well, here's what I'm going to say. Moyes has broken more records as a manager. And we're not talking about good records. We're talking about bad ones. Here's a record he's going to break tomorrow. No Greek team has ever won or drawn at Old Trafford. That's about to go down tomorrow.
Yeah,
I guarantee you. Yeah, it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a 1-1 draw.
No, I think it's going extra time. I think Man U pulls it out. I'm sorry. The form they've been in, I'm sorry, besides the Liverpool game, they've been before.
Yeah, besides that Liverpool thrashing.
Hey, Liverpool is awesome, and if I'm not mistaken, they put up 5 goals against Arsenal.
They put up 5 goals.
So I don't want to hear nothing.
And then 8 days later, we eliminated from the FA Cup. So, it's no big deal.
Whatever.
With our B team.
El Clasico's on Saturday.
El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. However, I'm going to Real Madrid because they got Gareth Bale. He's changed the whole dynamic in La Liga. That
Love it.
kid has made Ronaldo and Jesse and Isco, they all look better
And
because they
Di
have
Maria, Luka Modric. Everybody
got
looks
wingers
better.
now. They can play on. They don't have to just give the ball to one side to Ronaldo. They can play, and
Ronaldo.
Have you seen them?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I have
but
seen them.
Free
Ronaldo.
kicks. What goal wants to watch Bale
Yeah.
and Ronaldo lining up? Hey, who you want to take? This
Yeah,
time?
right.
Take this time?
And not to mention, the other guys there aren't too bad at free kicks either.
No,
like
no.
Angel Di Maria is pretty
Luka
good. Luka
Modric,
Modric is
yeah.
pretty good too. Now, but what I saw out of Real Madrid lately is instead of Ronaldo going for that deep pass all the time, the lob pass over the top of the defenders, the left back or the right back, it's Ronaldo to Bale. And now that I see Ronaldo's passing skills, because you didn't really see that before, because he was always receiving the passes, it's pretty disgusting. He can lay a ball out from 50 to 60 yards right on dude's foot.
Yep. Now the only thing about Barcelona is now they've got Lionel Messi back, and this dude is. I don't like him because he takes steroids, but this dude is
And
just
he cheats
like
on his taxes.
yeah, he cheats on his taxes. Oh, he might be going to Bayern. You hear about Bayern?
Who, for Messi?
Yeah, but yeah, you know,
Get out of
the
here.
owner just got sentenced to 3.5 years for tax evasion. Messi's like,
Oh.
no, you don't pay your taxes. I'm going there.
We're homies.
No, but exactly. But Messi, this guy, he does some of the most ridiculous things with the ball.
I know.
He destroyed Man City
I know.
in the Champions League.
It's
This guy, it's like the disappearing ball trick, but in real life.
And now you add Neymar Jr. to the mix.
the diver,
Yeah.
professional diver.
And then half of the Spain national team in the midfield.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Cesc Fabregas looks
Xavi.
awesome in the false nine. Yeah, Xavi, Iniesta. I mean, that whole Barcelona is still loaded. It's gonna be a great game. I want to talk back to Premier League. There's been rumors that the board has turned against Moyes, and there's rumors that if he doesn't survive these next 3 games, Olympiacos, West Ham, Man City derby, that he could be on his way out.
And I'm okay with that
Yeah, Tony's been
because,
texting me like in the mornings after games. Moyes, fire him.
dude, I've been saying that since he started. You know, and I know one guy that is willing, through tabloid rumor, to quit his job and come to Man U. And that is Borussia Dortmund's coach.
Oh, Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, that's a good man.
And I would take him in a
Hey,
heartbeat.
if you guys don't know, that dude has like the most expensive glass frames ever.
He's like emo boy from
Yeah,
like
but he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
There was also a rumor. I don't know who these guys are, so I'm going to ask you. But there's 2. They coach together. 2 people. Who are they, and what team do they coach? Obviously, they're making noise if they're mentioning them from Man U.
Yeah,
Well, I'm going to look them up while you
I
go
know
after
that.
the last
I know
one.
that Louis Van Gaal is a very popular coach. Tottenham has basically said Sherwood's out. Okay. I'll give you a heads up about Tottenham, our North London rivals. Gunners, we just beat them 1-0. Anytime you lose both games in the Derby, the North London Derby, to an Arsenal team, which happens often, they get rid of that coach. So Tim Sherwood was pretty much out, and they had pretty much put it in the bank that Louis Van Gaal was going to be their coach. Now, with the rumors about Moyes, they tentatively reached out to Van Gaal, and Van Gaal basically said, I would turn down Tottenham to coach Man U. And that's a good coach as well, Louis Van Gaal. He's a player. He's more of a player's coach. He's a disciplinarian. He's kind of like a Di Canio. He's a fascist guy, but he doesn't do it in a way that berates the players. He does it in a way like, yo, you got to do it my way or the highway. And he's still friendly. Also, big news for upcoming World Cup. Julian Green. He's got a dual nationality. His father, he was born in Florida. His father is American. His mother's German. 18-year-old forward. He plays for Bayern Munich. As of today, he's filed his paperwork to be a United States men's national team member. He will get capped, and he will be a solid talent for the United States for many years to come.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy about that.
I can't find it, but
And
I'll
then
find it.
in other domestic news, Jermaine Defoe. I'm calling it right now. MLS MVP. This dude in his
MLS
debut,
MVP, and Toronto wins the whole thing.
Yeah, dude, Defoe is going to eat the MLS alive. You know, people talk about Dempsey and Donovan, and you know, Beckham came later on after his career.
Yeah,
Defoe
he was already...
has done the same thing, but Defoe uses one thing that MLS has really never seen.
Speed.
Speed. And he's got
Speed.
Michael Bradley to give him the ball.
Yep.
which is Toronto is.
Not to mention, they're not going to get outscored considering they have Julio Cesar in goal.
Yeah. They got like the best goalkeeper, Brazilian goalkeeper. Yeah, it's like.
I'm calling Toronto wins the cup.
I'm with you. Toronto's gonna be dangerous. Although the only team in the league right now with 2 wins, Houston Dynamo. They again do it solid.
Man, I don't know how they do this every year.
They're just like, hey, we're gonna defend 11 players.
Great coaching.
Yeah, and then they get
That's
these
great
headers.
form.
You look at them. They
It's
get
great
like
coaching.
they average like 6 headers a game, or 6 corners a game. Most times they get like 9
They
or
lose
10.
a guy like Evans,
Yeah.
and they still do it. It's insane.
Yeah, they play defense. Defense wins championships. I'm Shawn Adams.
I'm Tony Gaglione. Thanks
Stay
for watching.
tuned for segment 4, our top 5.